Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unpopular Review.
Thank you all for clicking on our faces.
New flag with all that.
Okay, so I wrote down some notes.
Let's do that. I don't want to sit too hard. That's twice. That'll probably go over about as well as Colonel W.
Because there was no Jay White side.
Okay, just straight up gangbanging. This story has been fit. You gotta pay that attention.
So Unpopular Review does not. What is she the CEO of, Chris? Jesus, golly. Let's start the show. What is going on, guys? Yes, it is. It's been 5 years. AEW has been a company, and tonight we're going to break it down for you. It was a live 5-year anniversary Dynamite tonight. And what a show it was. I mean, it's still going on. It's still on right now. This tonight has been a very, very long show. And I hate long shows like this. Yeah, I'm exhausted. I know probably Cactus Caitie's exhausted. I know Maddawg's probably wired. I know he's probably wired and ready to go.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
But guys, what do you say in 5 years? Has any moment stuck out to you in general that you guys can maybe say that you enjoyed the 5 years AEW been on? I'm gonna start with you, Maddawg, first. Give me a good moment. 5 years AEW.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm a little biased. I have to be biased. It was when Sting came out and Winter is Coming. I mean, just Sting, man. And everyone's like, he's never gonna go wrestle again. He's never gonna wrestle again. And he wrestled, I think, 4 or even 5 times in the ring with Darby Allin. That man's a legend. I think he's like going on like 65 or 66 years old. He's up there. And just when he came out, and I remember like decorating with my mom like Christmas. I remember watching it on my TV, and I was like, "Mom, I can't believe it! Sting! It's Sting! Sting's here! Sting's in AEW! They said it was not true!" And yeah. So that's
yes,
probably
Steve.
one of my
It's still going on.
moments.
It's still on, Steve.
Yeah.
They're Moxley and Wheeler are in the ring now. It's breaking down. All hell's breaking loose. Katie, I know you've only been a fan for quite some time now, but tell me, in your little time of being an AEW fan, name something that you think that stuck out to you as a fan for the 5 years of AEW.
I love everything. You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Maybe. Okay. I loved watching Danielson at All In win against with his family there. It was just awesome. That was one of my favorite moments. And then I love the fact that we have the CEO. I think that is a great addition to AEW, and it gives us something to rag Vinny on. So it's great.
I'm going to say, I think when CM Punk came out in Chicago, that was a big moment. And then he released those ice cream bars at the end of the show and gave it to everybody that came to the show. That was a pretty big moment. Steve says here, Marco Stunt debuting. What happened to Marco Stunt? I mean, that's the little guy, right? He was like 5'4", 5'5", really, really small guy. But I mean, this guy could do any kind of backflip. I mean, he was so athletic. Guys, let's get into it. AEW 5-year anniversary show, coming off the heels of the big show from last week in New York. What do you guys think about the show so far? What you guys enjoyed tonight?
Yeah, I think it was a great show. Super long. I'm not a fan of these late nights on a weekday. Not that I'm really doing anything except driving currently in the car, but I love how Mox and Jamie Hayter was the opening kind of guy you really hyped for the night. That was really cool. And then just throughout the thing, there's a lot of pops with like some promos on videos. There was promos with Renee. There was just a lot of different medias that went on tonight, not just in the ring, which I think is great for a 5-year anniversary. So I think it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I think tonight's show was jam packed with all kinds of goodies and just matches. Let's actually get into tonight's match. Maddawg always sends us the card and lets us know what's going on.
Oh god,
for
I didn't
tonight.
do it because I was busy logging on. Sorry.
That's
here, I'll
right.
get
You
it
did
up.
not. You did
Right.
not do it tonight.
Yeah, I
That's
did not
right.
do it.
That's
I
right.
was
you did
busy
not.
with my Facebook earlier. My Facebook got hacked a couple weeks ago, and I'm still having problems signing in, so I couldn't get to the stream. That's why the thing. But yeah, I will find it for you now here and send it here. Here we go. I just got it here. Here we go. And
Well,
What
we
are you
start.
looking for, Maddawg?
the AEW card, the full results of the first match, which I think was Ricochet and Will
the
Ospreay, I
breakdown?
believe. Yeah. The
No.
breakdown.
Well, yeah, it was. Yeah, no.
Not Ricochet, Ospreay. I
It was.
sent it.
It was.
I
It
can
was
tell you
Ricochet.
exactly what happened.
No. Wait, no. Hold on, guys. Break it down. Hold on, real quick. I'm completely just saying that Maddawg didn't send the card. I wasn't saying I didn't know what was going on tonight.
Why do you need a card? Why do you need it?
I always
Oh
send
my
it to
God.
him, and now he's
He
just
always
making a big
sends the
deal of
card.
something.
Relax,
That's
chill
nothing.
out. Cactus Caitie. Just chill. I was making a comment. Oh God.
Like I said, I have problems with my Facebook, and I couldn't see your message, so I had to sort
I
that
know.
out
I know what
first.
happened today. I watched the show.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay. So let's start the show off with AEW International Championship. Will Ospreay taking on Ricochet.
Yeah.
I think they said on there that they've wrestled about a dozen times, and they said that Will Ospreay's up 4-5 in the actual match win category. This match was nuts. This match was really good.
Just a second.
Oh, here we go.
No. Hold on. This shit just ended, and I know we're going to talk about what trash this is, right? Get that comment out of there, all right?
What?
Did anybody get it out of there? Get it out of there. Why in the world the AEW's 5-year whackness anniversary episode give me what I just saw for 2.5 hours? Did anybody else fall asleep?
No, I thought it was a great show. I think
I was wide awake. I was hyped.
First match was Dynamite.
The first match was Dynamite. Just like
The first match was good.
You must have loved the Summer Olympics also, right? You loved the gymnastics part.
And the last
that's all
match
that
was
episode.
good, too.
That's all it was.
Actually, I did enjoy the basketball during the Summer Olympics.
Oh my God,
that was very good.
Why do you guys think
Who authorized him to be here?
It was very down to the wire that game.
Anybody that's watching our show right now, you cannot sit here and say that any garbage that WWE right now is putting on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown is just as good. Because it's
NXT.
You're right. I would never say
exist.
that something that WWE was doing on Raw or SmackDown is just as good as AEW.
No,
they
they're
do
not
it better.
good.
I saw Ricochet flip, and I saw Will Ospreay flop, and then they posed that you flip, or flop, and then you supposed to say that was a great match.
I mean, there was a lot of good
match.
It was.
I like
it was
it.
good skill.
Just a second. You mean to tell me you thought that was a good match?
Yeah, there was a lot.
I think it was a good match.
Yeah.
I think it was a good match.
Just a second. What was so good about it?
I mean, I think that
the skills, the knockouts, the pile drivers.
I'll break it down for everybody. It's simple. These guys are two high flyers. It's simple as this.
They are amazing high
flyers. And when you put them in the ring,
hold on, Maddawg Kelly, just a second. You mean to tell me that you really think that them flipping around makes a real good wrestling match?
Yeah,
it's entertaining.
Just a second. I asked Maddawg Kelly, Cactus Caitie, not you.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me you feel like that was good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you a question. Just a second. Let me ask you a question, right? How many of those funny cigarettes are you smoking before you watch AEW Dynamite in order for you to think that was good?
None for
funny
the answer.
cigarettes.
I don't smoke.
Just a second. Matt, I have one question for you. How long?
Matt, here, let me give you a microphone.
How, Matt?
Matt, let me give you a microphone.
How, Matt?
Like I said, I
just
thought
a second. How?
Oh, how? I mean, like I said, these are two technical
Just a second. No, how? All I want to know is how, Matt. How?
These guys.
How what?
Just a second. How long have you been smoking the funny cigarettes? How long you been on crack? Is my question.
I'm not. Definitely not. Yeah. Definitely not. Right. I don't know. I like the first match. I thought it was good.
All right. Well, listen. Regardless of if you didn't like it or not, we still have to go through the show. We still have to talk about what happened on the 5-year anniversary. There's going to be a lot of people that do not agree to what we have to say, and that's why everybody's opinion is their own.
Just a second. It's just a difference between a good opinion and a bad opinion, and y'all's got some whack ass opinions. 5 years we've been watching. Let me tell you, there was one good thing that happened on AEW Dynamite. I'm going to ask that question. Katie, did you see it? I'm going to tell you what it was, right? You probably don't know. This is what it was.
Time out. Was it the CEO breakdown video?
It was the best production I've ever seen. They said, we need to find out and show what was the best part of AEW whackness for the last 5 years. And they showed the CEO, my CEO, your CEO, Vinny CEO up there, what she did for the last 5 years at AEW. Wow. Magnificent.
Yeah, you know what she did? She walked into the company and they gave her the belt. That's what she did.
Just a second. Because she's that good. Just a second. Do you not believe that she is that good?
No. I believe she was a whiny bitch. She left WWE. She walked out because she got the tag titles and she couldn't stand it. So she turned the titles.
Just a second. She wanted the tag titles to try to elevate those titles. And then she was upset that she couldn't get a chance to do it. So she went to AEW where Daddy Tony Khan says, hey, CEO, hey, you're the boss. Huh? You can get anything. Just a second. You can get anything. Just a second, Maddawg Kelly. Just a second. You can get anything you want. You can get anything you want. Yeah, you want the title? You want somebody else's title? You want the check? You can have anything you want. That's what he did. Now, look, I can't stay long because I'm about to go. But I had to come on because I knew you all were going to sugarcoat the whackness that was AEW tonight, right? Somebody had to do it.
Well, I
am the chosen one. Just a second.
What's going on, Charmaine? What's going on, Jeff?
Welcome to the
whackness of our AEW
NXT was
anniversary
last
show. Yes, that is Dan. Let's get that. Guys, sorry for the interruption. The consultant is still backstage. He's laughing. But let's talk about the first match. Will Ospreay and Ricochet.
Just a second. You got to make sure you know that this match was trash. It was garbage. It was garbage.
All right.
It was. Oh my goodness.
All right. Well. A lot of people say that this match was garbage. I enjoyed it. I think the streak between these guys of fighting for I don't know, a decade now, 2 decades now, I think it still carries on to AEW. Maddawg, you enjoyed the match. Katie, you enjoyed the match.
I was very excited about this match. I was excited to see it. I enjoy the high flyers. I think they put on. It was like watching a circus. Okay, I mean it was very entertaining.
I agree.
Well, from that match, we go to talking business. We show Mercedes Moné.
Wait, time out. What happened? What happened in that match? There were some big.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right. You're totally right. You're right. So towards the end of the match, both Ricochet and Will Ospreay's arms were down. The referee counted 3.
Shoulders. You mean their shoulders?
Yes. The shoulders were down, so they.
Who gives a shit about the arm? It has to be shoulders.
Okay, sorry. Their shoulders were counted down, and then they counted. They called it a draw match. Tony Khan restarted the match, and
they asked to be to keep going, and then Tony Khan agreed to it.
I'm sorry. Just a second. Hold on. Is anybody going to talk about the fact there was trash in the ring for exactly 65 seconds during this match, and the referee never got it out?
65. It wasn't. 65
it was 65 seconds. There was trash in the ring, right? And nobody got it.
An hour.
65 seconds is not an hour. Your math is math, and yet again,
65 seconds.
65 seconds, and no one got the trash out. Where's referee David Sanderson? We need him. That's one. Second, right? Second, why in the world do we have 4 shoulders down and this idiot still decided to count after, especially when you see that they set up the pin, right? You see Ricochet move his arm in the right position. Ospreay had to lay down in the right position. Like they had to readjust, like, oh, not here. It's like, oh my God, I feel sorry for their wives. Samantha Urban, baby, you need to come home to daddy. I mean, the real one, the EC, because he obviously doesn't know what he's doing, right? That's why he can't hold on to a woman. But that's all I have to say. I'm actually going to let y'all do this show now. I just had to let y'all know I hated this episode. Maddawg Kelly.
Yeah.
How long?
Just a second.
How long?
Just a second.
Just a second? That's how long you been smoking crack?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, yes. So we have the draw. They go out. They've asked for a continuance, and Tony Khan gives it to him, grants it, I should say. And then, surprise, surprise, who comes out, Vincent?
I mean, who comes out?
Who comes out?
You don't remember the show at all?
No, I do remember the show.
You not remember the show?
I don't. I
Okay.
guess
do I have to say
who came out? Maddawg. Yes, please help us.
Oh God, I hope I say it right. It was from the Don Callis family.
Okay, I remember. Yeah, that's right.
Name.
They said they were supposed to be going to the airport, and Chikesna comes out. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yes,
I had a brain fart.
He was left behind, and he was sent out by Don, allegedly, and then he takes out Ospreay, and they end the match. So
yeah, you're right. My bad. You're right. From this match, we go to the back with remarkable Renee Burkett, as she is interviewing.
Oh, the beautiful Renee
is
John Moxley's wife,
the CEO, and her bodyguard. And she tells Renee that she had a video package ready to go to talk to show what the best part of the last 5 years was. I don't agree with this. I don't understand why she puts herself over when she just got into the company, but she did. And on walks Mr. MVP himself, hands her a card and says, "Let's talk business." Now, is this to you, Maddawg, another sign of the Hurt Business coming along in AEW?
Well, a couple weeks ago, I think was now about 3, before MVP officially signed with AEW, I know for a fact AEW trademarked a small little group called the Hurt Syndicate. So that's where this is leading, and something else bigger happened in the night. Obviously, we'll get to that. But yes, this is going to be a big faction. I think Mercedes is definitely going to be a part of it. It looks like it's going to happen. And I have a little bit in the news way later in the show about a certain other person from the Hurt Business. That was not the one who showed up tonight, by the way, for the record. About what's gonna happen with this group, but I am looking forward to this because this can happen at Wrestle Dream, or this can happen even at Full Gear, which I might go to. We'll see. Still, I don't know. I'm debating it. But like I said though, this could, this is gonna. I can't wait for this faction or group, whatever you want to call it.
Katie, from the MVP segment, where do we go from here?
Jericho, the learning tree.
Yes.
This is by
The
far
best
Matt,
part of
Maddawg's
AEW.
favorite
part of the night.
Part of the night.
All right,
I
Maddawg,
mean,
take it away.
right.
What happened with the learning tree tonight?
Well, Chris Jericho comes out to the ring. Hi, guys. He says, hi, everybody. He says how fantastic it's been. He's been in AEW, how fantastic he's been wrestling for all these years. He says it's been the best of times of his career with AEW. And the Big Bill's out there too. And I think the other one, the Hunter one, Brian,
the Hunter, Keith,
yeah.
Brian Keith.
Yep. He's out there too. And he made a bit of a mistake. He was like, it's Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Oh, I mean Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Of course, he did it on purpose because he just wants to
Katie,
do
can
that.
I ask you a question? Are you jumping out of a plane or are you
we just got to the towers, and so it's like cobblestones up to the thing, so it is quite bumpy.
I thought she was jumping out of a plane.
I know, I'm sorry. I've been trying to stabilize it as much as I can.
Go ahead, Maddawg.
Anyway, like I was saying there, like I said, it's very exciting because Jericho, he comes out. Then this goofball from Collision. We need to start doing that show, by the way, Vince. Mark Briscoe comes out, and I guess he's in Ring of Honor too. I don't know. I don't watch Ring of Honor. You have to talk to Dan about that. But he comes out and they start talking, and this segment was good. And this was good because Chris Jericho can sell anything. And Mark Briscoe being the goofball he is, I really did enjoy this whole segment. I know you guys are going to hate on this, so you guys go ahead and go hate. But this was my favorite part of the night, obviously, besides another part later on in the show. I'm
going to tell you what. Out of all the times I've seen Chris Jericho, I did enjoy this tonight, and I'm going to tell you why I enjoyed it. Because I do believe that the learning tree is fading away. I think that they're not going to be doing this much longer, just by showing the emotions on Jericho's face. And I feel like he's going to start turning heel again. But Mark Briscoe did come out, and Jericho kind of pushed him over the edge by talking about his dead brother. Yep. Which I don't agree with. I really do think that they need to leave these things out of real television because, there are some things that are just very sentimental to people, and that's just one of them. And Jericho got a smack, a punch, whatever you want to call it. And this is going to set up a match between these two, you think?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, probably. I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking, man. I'm thinking Jericho goes over to ROH, right? Like they need some big names right now over there. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Mark Briscoe is the ROH champion. Yeah. So I'm thinking it's going to be that. I mean, maybe they'll put it on maybe the 0 hour for Wrestle Dream, or maybe it's going to be on the pay-per-view, because I know Ring of Honor is also doing pay-per-view like right before Wrestle Dream, like night before. So maybe that's where it's going to go. But yeah, it's definitely leading towards them, having a match. Now, will they have Jericho win that belt? They should, because it will make people watch ROH. I would watch ROH. I would buy a subscription. Jericho as champion. Absolutely. I'm a big fan of him. So I would do that. But I don't know if I don't know if TK is gonna. I hope he does, but I don't know if he's gonna.
Let's get into another promo backstage with the remarkable Renee Paquette is interviewing the Guns, and the Guns are not happy, and all of a sudden Hangman Page comes and attacks them with the chair. So they did not get to tell us why they're not happy. I tell you, Hangman is he's since he's gone back, he's gone haywire, hasn't he, Maddawg?
He has been insane, and I don't know if it's just because there's just this whole storyline, or if it's just him as a character, or but it's really, really entertaining. Like, I really like this version of Hangman. Like, he's kind of, the wild card, as they called him. They called him the Joker a couple years ago because he was in the, Casino Battle Royale match. and he's just been really, really good lately. And he's kind of, like I said, I really do enjoy him a lot. And just this persona, though, this is like his most like ruthless persona he has. No whole bar. I mean, the match he had with Swerve, man. I mean, if you saw that, I mean, I know you did. I know Katie watched. I know Dan watched it too. We were all texting each other like, man, we can't believe this is happening, But yeah, this is a crazy, crazy Adam Page right now, and I'm so excited to see where it just goes. Really, like
I do agree.
So
I do agree. DC, the collector, DC the collector, they are treating the tag team champions like shit, and I don't think that they're. I really do think sometimes the trios division is being treated way better than the tag team division. There's, you know what? To me, there's just too many championships in this.
I think there's 9 currently. Maybe
I thought there was 12.
There was 13, right? The 12 or 13, right? Yeah.
Way too many. Way too many.
I'm sorry, 9 in WWE, and there's 9 WWE. Sorry about that.
David's asking, where is Ricky Starks? Ricky Starks is supposedly on the way to WWE. We have not heard or seen him.
No, it's under wraps. Dan thinks he's staying, but like I said, I don't know about that. So he's getting closer and closer. Unlike a certain other person I said earlier, might be getting closer to AEW.
So Chris Jericho made his challenge to the Ring of Honor World Champion Mark Briscoe, and I think this match is going down at Wrestle Dream, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
We have another promo with the deranged Darby Allin. I don't know where he's at. He's in some kind of wooded area with something behind him. I don't know what he is or what he's talking about, but this man is insane, and he's talking about the open challenge at Wrestle Dream to anybody who wants to face him. And he is talking about telling his story about being in AEW. So, let me ask you this question: from not having Sting around, where do you go with Darby Allin?
Wherever he wants. I mean, Darby Allin is a generational talent. CM Punk said it. I saw him last year in the ring. Another one of my favorite moments. I saw CM Punk and Darby Allin at Collision. Yeah, that Saturday night show we're supposed to do. In Collision in New Jersey last year. And dude, the main event was awesome. The energy in the arena was awesome. Everything was awesome about Darby. And even CM Punk said he's a generational talent. Sting said the same thing. Darby's a generational talent. He can go wherever he wants to go. He can do whatever he wants to do. Now, what feud would I put him in now? Well, the feuds are getting stacked all over the place, and that's the problem. Darby's is getting lost in the shuffle without Sting, and that's kind of the issue. He's a great wrestler and he's a great matches, but his last match with the coffin match wasn't so great. So how do you elevate? This is the real question I have for you. How do you elevate Darby, to a higher level without Sting? I say put him back in the singles and let him win some sort of championship. Maybe, one of the smaller championships AEW's got, like we said, like 13 of them. So have him win something just to get back into the thing.
Well, let's be honest.
Somewhere.
Let's be honest about Darby Allin. Darby Allin before Sting came was doing fine. He was doing his matches. He was doing his hardcore matches. He was doing all these crazy stunts. I'd say you make some kind of hardcore championship, some kind of out of this world championship for this guy. You had this FTW championship, which meant nothing to nobody. And
right,
then, it's retired now.
Yep.
But they should make something for Darby where if he wants to do open challenge, he should challenge people that want to actually go extreme. But before we go on any further with the AEW 5-year anniversary show, let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
First of all, wait if you tease me one more time.
What? Whoa, pause. Big pause. Everybody in chat, pause that.
If you tease me one more time, like you about to wrestle, and you don't, we're going to have a problem. Because this is like the 4th time
It's the 4th time that you've done this, where you stood up to Drew. Now Drew done slapped your ass twice. Pause. And then he also smushed you like 3 times. And now he gets face to face. Are y'all trying to tell us something? Are y'all trying to tell us something that wherever Drew goes to practice, Wade is there?
It's too far. WrestleMania is too far away. True. So who the hell are you going to get on commentary? You know what I'm saying, for that time being? Like, you're not going to have that man running double duty. Like, I don't want to hear that motherfucker in the ring cutting a promo and on commentary. That's too much. But I mean, it's
hey, look, if Booker T did it.
Booker T was doing his own commentary while he was stomping motherfuckers up. Oh man, Booker T. He's taking down Pete Williams. Oh, God.
Booker T with another big shot. Boom! Big Booker T. Booker T just pulled Creed up. Booker T is pulling Creed up right now. He's going to hit him with that big thrust kick. Oh! Booker T just caught Creed with that big thrust kick. What the hell is going on? Kicks that up. Well, he's going to catch him in. He's going to
Hey, it's Mariah May. You may know me as The Glamour, and you're watching Unpopular Review.
Well, that is Zia Silent, and you can catch him every Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern, on the SmackDown Penitentiary Show. I tell you what, I watch him. Not every Saturday, but every other Saturday when I can catch it, and he does a really good job over there. I tell you, he really holds it down for UPR, and keep up the good work, Z. So let's get back into the 5-year anniversary review show. We go from Darby Allin to Hangman Adam Page and Juice Robinson. This match was nuts. It started out, we have it starts out where they come out and they're about to announce what's going on, and oh god, sorry, hold on, I'm having a brain fart here. I lost my notes. Give me 1 second. Oh, okay. So Hangman, they announced Hangman. Hangman came out, and Juice Robinson was coming down to the ring, and Hangman decided to jump Juice Robinson and make it a hardcore match in the beginning of the match. I mean, this was going all over the arena. Yep. And here's where I have a problem with AEW. There's never any structure. What's going on?
Right.
Like it's like they say, go out there and beat the fuck out of everybody, and there's no storyline. Like, they wasted 15, 20 minutes of our time just beating each other up in the crowd for no reason.
Yep.
Can you explain why Tony Khan does this to us?
Because I told you, but once again, and I'm a broken record, and I've said it in my news segment. I'll say it again, and I'll say it, to probably the day I die now. Tony Khan loves to micromanage, and he does not know how to book matches. This is the issue. This has been the issue. Even the night's card, it was a couple matches were announced beforehand, but a lot of stuff was just thrown together. You saw it, like I said, my favorite part of the night was the Jericho thing, but the third Jericho thing was kind of feels like it was thrown together quickly because they want to give Chris airtime. This is the same thing with this match. It's like, oh, okay, we're going to do a hardcore match because we can. I mean, yes, what they should have done, right, is they should have announced this previously, saying this is going to be a hardcore match. So fans would have been like, oh, okay, yeah, we're going to actually watch that. That's going to be interesting around the stadium, around the arena. That could be really cool. And that would have hyped up, tonight's show. I mean, it was a sellout there in Pittsburgh. That's what it's called. We'll get to her in a minute. But, I mean, this is the big issue is sometimes I feel like he has matches planned out. And then sometimes he just says, okay, hardcore match, go do it, get it done. And then that's what we got. But
now we did get Jay White coming back to save Juice Robinson, which we haven't seen him in a while. And again, it broke out into a hardcore match back into the audience. I excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. I do understand why people sometimes don't agree or don't understand why AEW is the way. I mean, there's no structure. It's just it's just complete chaos, man. Even when they start the matches, sometimes they throw each other out into the on the apron, and then and there's no count. The referees, he's playing cards with the fans.
Yeah.
I mean, like there's nothing, like there's no control. It's complete chaos.
Yeah, and then that's what they say backstage too. Remember, there's been a lot of backstage things. I guess drama. That's why CM Punk left the company, because of all that backstage drama. There was a lot of backstage stuff about Tony Khan micromanaging, and I have way later in the show, again, we're not even halfway through the show yet, in my news segment about Miro leaving. I mean, this is happening now because Miro wants out of the contract, whatever the case may be. But, it's the same thing. These guys are leaving because Tony Khan just doesn't know how to properly book. He's hands-on with everything, and that's the problem. When you're too hands-on with everything, it gets really sloppy. And that's why WWE prepares things 6 months before. I'm going to be the one who brings WWE up first, because a WWE guy showed up in AEW tonight. So, he's going to get me mad at me later, but whatever. I don't care. He can do that after the show. But like I said, WWE, they plan it months in advance. This whole thing with Cody and Roman, this is going to go on to the Rumble. You watch. Cody said to Liam McAfee, somebody big's coming back. Could be The Rock for all we know. I mean, the plans they have are down the line. Tony Khan doesn't even know what he's going to be doing for Full Gear yet. And Full Gear's a month away from today or whatever. So it just blows my mind. As much as I'm a huge AEW fan, Kenny Omega shirt tonight, I just can't believe it, man. Like, how can this guy, this CEO of this company, think that this is like good television?
Well, I don't think he thinks it's good television. I think Tony Khan is running the company like he wants to run it. He's running it on the seat of his pants, and he doesn't know how to book the right way. But that's also from being part of his father owning the Jaguars. There's a schedule, with these games and when they're played, but there's no. The NFL is not like wrestling where there's like storylines and things like that. So, Tony Khan is free to do what he wants. And if there's nobody there to say, hey, listen, Tony, we need to back up. We need to figure out what we're doing for Full Gear, what we're doing for tonight. I'm kind of lost for words. Let's move on to Jack Perry arrives at the arena with the bus. He's coming. Bus. He loves taking this. What's it called? The
scapegoat bus.
The scapegoat
bus, right?
And he comes off the bus. Renee is there trying to get a word, and we get Shibata with a open challenge to the TNT champion at Wrestle Dream. Perry says he thinks about it and walks. He'll think about it and walk away. At this point, man, I gotta tell you, I think I really do. I kind of miss the old Jungle Boy, but then I'm also enjoying the heel turn with Jack Perry, because they had to do something with him. His character was getting very stale, and for him to do this heel turn and kind of the dark side of Jack Perry, it's working for him. He's making it work. He's taking the character and making it his own. I got to give props to Jack Perry, because when I saw Jack Perry live, what was against Kenny Omega for the championship.
I'm wearing the shirt.
It kind of looked like, where do you go now with Jack Perry?
Yeah, I mean, and it's crazy too because what is this whole character about, right? Like, let's think about this. This whole character is about the drama that happened from last year's, you said earlier in the show about CM Punk. That's what they're spinning it off of. The Young Bucks tried to make it look like it was a whole thing of the backstage stuff to make it look, Punk look bad and all this stuff. Obviously backfired. He doesn't care. He's in the other company. But, they're running with that story and it's actually working because CM Punk fans definitely hate him. Now, me, I'm a CM Punk fan, but remember, he's in the other company right now. So, I really can care less, about, what Jack Perry's doing over here, but I do like it though. It's like, yes, I can care less about the whole drama thing, but at the same time, I like this character. I like the story, how they built it off of the drama that made him turn darker. Like CM Punk was his, enemy who made him turn this way, that, was into this kind of like, dark horse, mean type of persona he is, with the, the Young Bucks, who are the best tag team champions of all time, obviously. So, yeah.
I want to bring up a comment that Shay, one of our other hosts here on UPR, says that he lacks in confidence when he delivers his lines. You have to understand about some of these guys. You're trying to throw people on live television and do promos that aren't real talkers. And that's why in WWE, when you have people like the advocate Paul Heyman that talk for some people, sometimes that gives them confidence and it builds them up to when they have to start talking for themselves.
Yep.
They're learning from people that are in front of them. I mean, just like Chris Jericho, I think Big Bill and Brian Keith, I think these two guys aren't really the greatest at cutting promos.
No, they're not.
But sure. I think with Chris Jericho there mentoring them and them, in the ring watching them, I think they can build their confidence to get better.
Yes.
So yes, I do agree, Sway. I do think that Perry he lacks in confidence.
Right.
He's not that great at selling a promo.
Right, and who is he shadowing, right? I just mentioned the best EVPs in the world and the best tag team champions in the world, the Young Bucks. Who's he's shadowing? The Young Bucks. And who are the Young Bucks? The best talkers in AEW besides Mercedes and Jericho. So, he's really shadowing some of the greats right there and learning a lot from the greats because one, they're EVPs. And two, well, come on. I mean, the Young Bucks are one of the greatest tag teams of all time. I mean, they're up there with the Usos, man. I mean, I still want to see that match one day.
I would say they're up there with the Hardys.
Oh, come on.
I think they're
way better than that.
The Hardys. Oh no, they're not better than the Hardys.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Oh, okay. The Hardys. You're right. The Hardys. Edge and Christian, obviously, too, but they're definitely up there for on my list for sure. Better than FTR, in my opinion. So,
all right, let's go to another promo backstage with the world champion Bryan Danielson, and he's saying that all day the sentence running through his mind with F. John Moxley. These guys used to be part of the actually. Before he was the champion, Bryan Danielson used to be part of the
Blackpool Combat Club.
Yep, the Combat Club.
Yeah,
and
Combat Club.
And these guys are just they're hating each other. They're not on the same page. And Wrestle Dream, it's going to be John Moxley taking on Bryan Danielson, correct, for the title?
Yep. And a certain someone might show up. I'm hoping. Hoping he shows up soon.
And Cactus Caitie is back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Cactus Caitie.
Can she hear us? Can you hear us?
So Bryan Danielson is he? I feel like he is. He's ready to go, man. He's I feel like he's the next couple months. He's living on the edge because he knows his full-time career is coming to an end, and he's going to start going more of a steady, slow pace. Mm-hmm. So he's trying to get these last couple matches in. And I don't blame him, man. Like tonight, we're going to get to it later, but he didn't look that bad. But you can also tell he looked ran down. He looks tired.
He most certainly does.
Let's talk about the hometown advantage as our doctor, Britt Baker, DMD, the Pittsburgh native, taking on Serena D. This was not a bad match, man. This was This is actually a pretty decent match. A Baker applies the lockjaw and forces Serena D to tap, which makes it her first loss in AEW. You can't listen. Goldberg, you can't win them all.
Yeah, here's the thing, man. How can she lose in Pittsburgh, right? It's her hometown. I mean, she can't lose in her hometown. That's like CM Punk losing in Chicago. It's like CM Punk, not showing up in Chicago last year's Survivor Series, right? I mean, that's just, stuff kind of happens. He was actually in Chicago last night for NXT, but that's a whole different story. But this is the same kind of thing. The only thing I really have a question about this match, what was with the towel? She had some sort of towel. I don't know if that was just a mistake or she needed that or something. Or was that, something for the match? She had some sort of towel with her or backstage or something. There was some sort of towel.
Well, remember, that's kind of like throwing in the towel. You know what I mean? Like if you're done with the match, you're going to throw the towel in.
I mean, I'm glad I didn't
Are you
get
guys talking about DMD still?
Yeah. We just
started talking about it.
Yeah.
Now it muted. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah, I like the match. I thought, Serena Deeb, she looked good, but she also looked sloppy a little bit. She looked a little rusty. I don't know. Maybe she needs to get into more matches. I know she's been featured a lot. It seemed like she was a bit rusty compared to Baker, but yeah, the lockjaw was really cool for her to get the win. Absolutely. I enjoyed it.
We break off from Serena D and the doctor to Hook being interviewed with Renee Paquette. Again, I got to tell you, I have never seen a company that highlights somebody so much backstage. Not even WWE back in the day did this. I do not understand it. It's like there's some kind of contract she has with AEW where she has to be on at least 6 or 7. Like you're at like we get tired of seeing you. Okay, you're not a champion. You're not a tag team champion. Why can't these guys cut promos without an announcer? Like it's not WCW. Mean Gene Okerlund isn't in the ring.
Right, and you said this earlier. Some guys can't talk. So they need to lean on, like ring announcers or even announcers backstage to do that. And that's kind of what Hook is. Hook can't talk. Let's face it. Hook's not great at talking. Have you seen his promos?
No,
He's terrible. I mean, dude can fight, for sure. I mean, I've seen the matches. The wrestling speaks for itself. But the promos, they ain't great.
I gotta tell you,
I think he needs to lean on her, and that's why she's there. And why is she there? I say it all the time. She's Jon Moxley's wife. So there you go.
I gotta tell you, I met Hook at the beginning of the year in a parking lot when I was going to AEW, and I did not know that Hook could talk. Had no idea Hook could talk. I'm telling you.
Do you think he was illiterate?
I thought he was a mute.
Oh my god! No,
I had
and
no
you met
idea.
him behind a building in a parking lot.
No, it wasn't behind a building. It was in the same parking garage that I was parking in.
Okay.
I was walking
a backstreet alley.
No, it was a side building. They park. There's 2 parking garages. One in the front, one in the back.
Right.
Okay? I parked in the back because there's more spots, and it's close to the building. So I was walking out, and some little kid goes, "Hook, Hook," and I said, "Oh, there's Hook." So I sat there and watched this little kid interview Hook, and ask him 2 or 3 questions, and he didn't know how to answer him. He didn't know how to talk, and I was like, "Wow." I went up to him and I said, "Man, I didn't even know you could talk."
You would say something like that.
You didn't think I could talk? I'm like, no, I thought you were mute.
Oh my god!
I thought it was
mute. There's some kind of level of incompetence when you just follow your parents' footsteps and you just get everything you ever wanted. Sometimes people just think you're just illiterate.
No, I'm just no, but you have to understand when you show somebody on television, you portray somebody on television that he can't talk.
Barely, he barely talks. You're
Some of
right,
these
but he does
guys
have a few promos.
Yeah, like the Undertaker never broke his freaking character, no matter where he was. He did not talk. So, but that's the problem with AEW. They don't know how to do that. They don't know how to make stars not break character outside of the company. It just doesn't happen.
Right. No, yeah. Like I said, Hook is, like can wrestle, but he cannot talk. Promo wise, man. And then that's the issue. And that's why he needed Renee, and that's why he needs Taz, his dad, because he's, like I said, he can wrestle, but his promos, go look up the few ones he has. They're not great. They're really not great.
So Hook says he's going to go after whoever attacked his father earlier in the day, in the parking lot. He almost said "fuck" on the air. I was very surprised.
Yeah.
But he's mad. He's beating up the boxes behind him, and he's gonna try to find whoever did it. Let's go to Mariah May is backstage. Maddawg, you see this Mariah May promo?
Yeah, I liked it. I like her, man. I like her as a champion. I think they should have put the belt on her a long time ago. I think they ran the 20 Storms much as Stan loved it. And I liked it too. It actually grew on me for a while, as you guys remember. But, I think they ran too long with it, really. And Mariah May, she's great. And this promo was solid as well. I forget who she's for versing at Wrestle Dream. I think they said it. You guys have to help me out with that because I forget. But yeah, I like the segment. I thought it was good.
Did you see that? You see that, Maddawg? Stay tuned for Night Stories with special guest Vincent.
Well, you do have a lot. I mean, they're not wrong.
Yeah. So Mariah May was not talking good about Willow Nightingale.
Yep.
And the two faced off backstage, started brawling, and was getting separated by security. I have to say, I think this
That's
is
it. Willow Nightingale. Yeah.
I think this is getting very stale. I mean, this is gonna be what, fourth match these two have been in, and I think it's time to move on. I think it's time to move on and find a new story.
The thing is with this, right? I just want to jump in here, and then I'll let Katie jump in here. The problem is, like I said earlier, Tony Khan micromanaging. But who else would you put Mariah May against right now? They're not using Baker in that capacity yet. CEO is busy with the other champion, right? Is the other champion. So they have no choice. And Tony Storm's not ready to come back as a babyface yet because Mariah May is a heel. So you have to use kind of Willow Nightingale, and you kind of have to push her as the babyface heel. And I don't know if it works that well. I really, really do. I don't know. I don't know if it works that great. But I like Mariah May, though. I think she's great. But I don't know if it works all the way with this. And you're right. It is getting stale. It's getting kind of boring. And they need somebody else. They need somebody fresh. They need some new. Maybe Jamie Hayter. I think that would be really interesting if they broke Jamie Hayter and Mariah May. They have a lot of chemistry together. I know they chose that girl from Stardom. I forget her name, whatever her name was. That girl, she was with or whatever. Friend. I know they want to do that as a match too, but yeah, I don't know anymore where they're gonna take it. I just hope Jamie Hayter gets her shot soon.
Guys, let's talk about Private Party taking on Iron Savages with Jacked Jameson. I don't even know who these guys are. Neither do I know who Jack Jameson is. I know Private Party got the win.
Wait, you're forgetting a part of that whole thing.
What thing?
That whole segment, that whole match. You're forgetting a huge
You
part
mean
of
Christian
it.
Cage?
Well, yeah, that. And then the Young Bucks came out too, saying,
Okay.
how can you do an AEW, you know, a Dynamite show 5-year anniversary without us? And they're right. I mean, they're, you know, the greatest tag. We just telling you earlier, the greatest, one of the greats of all time, the Young Bucks. So, you know, they were there too tonight. So I'm happy that they were there and got their little saying.
Okay.
Anyway, you didn't you? Yeah.
The Young Bucks were there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Private Party were there dancing with, you know, like they always dance.
Remember they remember Private Party beat the Young Bucks, by the way, back in when the AEW first started.
Jack Perry attacks Private Party from behind, and Matthew and Nicholas Jackson join in. Shibata hits the ring with the Elite, and they scatter. Christopher Daniel comes out and announces a trios match, the Elite and the team of Private Party and Shibata this Friday on Rampage. Huh. Okay.
Yep. I'm excited because
let's talk about the arrival of Shelton Benjamin. We are now one piece away from the Hurt Business, which
Syndicate,
which is Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
MVP is backstage again with Renee. This lady cannot stay off our television. She just cannot stay.
You love it. You know you
not
love
about
it.
being too
So
beautiful.
is Shawn Moxley too.
This is what Tony Khan does. He beats something like a dead horse right into the ground. So Renee Paquette is ready to make the announcement before he is interrupted by Prince Nana, and Nana says he doesn't like how MVP is talking to him and how last week he offers him peace in the company. And then they introduce Shelton Benjamin. Benjamin drinks Nana's coffee. And Nana is seeming angry. What is our take on Shelton Benjamin making his AEW debut? And do we think Shelton Benjamin is a little too old to still be wrestling?
I mean, yeah, he is certainly a senior member. He has done his time, but he certainly got a big pop. I mean, there was rumors that this was going to happen. And I love the fact that the MVP took Prince Nana's coffee and drank it. That was badass. Yeah.
What did your take on this, Maddawg?
I like the segment. I like the way they're doing this. I like the way that they're teasing Bobby Lashley. I finally get to say the name after all this time. I've been, teasing it all night long here. They're finally building this faction up, and they're finally getting this together. And now they might add Mercedes, so they're going to add a female to the mix for the first time. But now they have Shelton, which is really cool. And some say he's 49. But wasn't Sting 60 something? I mean, everyone's like, oh, he's 49 years old. Okay, but Sting was like 60 and he wrestled up until this year. So, I don't see what kind of the point is when some of these guys are, up there and everyone's like, oh, he shouldn't be rather. Isn't Jericho up there in age? I mean, hell, I think Jericho is in his late 50s, early 60s almost and still going.
Yeah,
I mean,
Jeff Jarrett's pretty old too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and then they make fun of this guy for being 49. I don't know. I liked it a lot. I can't wait for this faction. I hope Mercedes joins it. And I'm thinking Lashley Wrestle Dream. Well, I don't know if you guys think that. Maybe, maybe not. I mean,
I think
it happens. Yeah. So, I mean, it's gonna happen. Having the news here later, it says that he's gonna show up soon. So,
guys, it's main event time. It is title for title in the main event. For the first 20 minutes, the AEW Continental Championship is on the line as Bryan Danielson puts his AEW World Championship on the line, taking on Okada. This was not a bad match. I'm not gonna
No.
lie to you. I didn't get to watch all this match because people in the chat were not responding to me about putting the actual, and I'm not naming no names, not naming any names. I'm just saying nobody knew who was putting the room up tonight, so I had to do it while I was watching the show. So I didn't get to watch all this match, but for what I saw, I think it was a decent match. I thought these guys went at it, and you know what? I hate when they put stipulations like this because you know damn well that Okada's not going to drop the belt. Like you know that. Why are you teasing us? Why are you dangling a cupcake in front of a fat man? You know damn well he wants that cupcake, and you know he just ate ice cream. No, not me.
Okada.
no, Okada, not me. Not me.
He's talking about the wrestling community, Katie. He's talking about how, it's like, oh, they put the stipulation in, but it's like, oh, okay, it's like, yeah, Ryan Danielson's never gonna become a 2-time champion. So I don't know why they did that. I don't know. It's just, once again, Tony Khan being Tony Khan, man. He did this last minute. Oh, it's going to be for his belt too, for 20 minutes. It just made no sense. But the match was really solid. I did like the match from what I saw. Like I said, I was having Facebook problems logging in, so I couldn't get to the link for the chat. So I didn't see all the match myself. Well, they did see it was pretty good. And the other thing I have to say, man, it went too long. I'm telling you, this match went too long. The whole thing after went too long. It's just going too long. I mean, WWE, man, quick, short, done. Okay, Roman's here, done, bye, whatever. Okay, done, 10:30, they're done. And Triple H is talking, by 11 o'clock, he's talking 11:30, they're out the door. Some of these pay-per-views, AEW, man, they go to 1 in the morning. And Tony Khan still talking 1 in the morning. I'm over here brushing my teeth, still listening to Tony Khan at the presser because, there's some sort of news or some sort of person came out, right? I mean, it really is ridiculous on just the run times of it. But yeah, I thought it was a great match.
I think it was a great match. I think it's a great match. I think Danielson is just getting all his coins so he can go to the Willy Wonka factory. Because we all know he's going home and Wrestle Dream. So Mox is gonna send him home and the title's gonna change hands. So he's getting all the promotions and all the wrestling matches he can. This was a stupid match to have, but he needed somebody to wrestle. So no one expected him to lose this match. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen until Wrestle Dream.
Yes, I do agree with you guys on this. I do believe that Wrestle Dream is going to be the last match for Bryan Danielson, and I do think
this long run overtime. He does that a lot, Jeffrey. He does that a lot.
Yeah, this match. Listen, this match was very, very long. The ending was very long. It didn't end till almost 10:30.
We didn't see the ending actually because we went live, so I didn't even know.
I know what happened.
I turned it off.
You didn't miss it. You didn't miss much.
You said it on air. You were like, "Oh yeah, this happened."
What?
I mean, did you guys really expect Danielson to lose?
No, I knew he was.
No. I wasn't expecting for the match to go as long as it did. Like I said, it went to 10:30. It's almost 11:30 now because of this. It's
well,
just
the
kind of wild.
Hangman match, they did a 20-minute limit on it. I was thinking that was a time restrictor, like trying to give them more time at the end, and it still didn't work.
That's a great point. Yeah, that match kind of went as short as it did because they had to save room for the main event, which went over anyway. So I don't know what their plan was tonight. Really, it seems like he didn't have one, but at least they got through the show.
They got through the show, but it was like a pay-per-view event, and it was a Wednesday night.
Yeah, they advertised like a pay-per-view too because it was their 5-year anniversary. And the other thing we didn't really touch on was the whole Brody Lee thing. They showed him real quick. I thought that was a nice little a tribute to him, especially with this passing and all. I really thought it was really nice for them to show a moment of Brody Lee, and a little small package of him. And it's still cool because I believe Cody Rhodes, who's not even in the company anymore, still takes his son to Disney every year for his birthday. His wife says that, so that just shows how good a Cody, good of a guy Cody Rhodes is. Going on the other side of the coin, but it was really nice to see, Brody Lee package tonight there for the 5-year anniversary.
Wow, that's really sweet. That's really nice that he does that. There are some nice people in the wrestling community, shockingly.
It is good that they bring Brody Lee back in, because he was part of the company for a while, and he did have some memorable matches, and he had some great he had a great run in AEW, and it's sad for him to pass on, but we're never going to forget him, because there's so much you can talk about Brody Lee. And what was the group? What was the group again? That
Dark Order? You mean Dark Order, right? I know.
It just fell apart. Like it just.
Yeah. After Brody passed, it seems like they just kind of vanished. You know what I mean? I think a couple of them are still on the roster. I forget. I think Evil Uno, I think, still on the roster somewhere. I think Danhausen was part of the Dark Order too for a joke for a little while as well, and then he kind of went on his own. But he's injured now. That's a real injury. So he's injured. He's out signing autographs and stuff. I think he's going to Comic-Con, but I'm not going today. He's going though. But it doesn't matter. Not my point. Dark Order did kind of fall apart afterwards, and it's kind of a shame. Because it was really cool faction. It was a really cool idea, and it was kind of Brody's idea, and him passing on. That kind of, it's kind of a bummer that had, happened in the way the faction fell apart. The way it did, it sucks.
Guys, we are done with AEW 5-year anniversary. What will we rate tonight's show, guys? I'm going to start with Cactus Caitie.
Well, I mean, our show isn't quite done yet because.
Well, no, hold on. I'm just talking about the actual review of Dynamite. I know there's still a news, but I'm just saying, what would you rate tonight's Dynamite?
Dynamite show?
Yes.
Oh, I would give it a B+.
Doug?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go because my 2 favorites were on it. Actually, 3, I guess. Jericho and the Young Bucks were on it, and Mercedes as well. I'm actually gonna give this one an A-. I thought this was a really solid show, except for the whole ending thing. So, but yeah, I'll actually be nice tonight because I'm a little biased because I love this company. So I'll give it an A-. I'll give it a pass this week. A- for me.
Well, I'm glad that the consultant's not on the show right now, because he would probably give me a lot of shit. But I'm gonna go with Maddawg and probably give it an A-. I really did think that tonight's show, despite what everybody said, I do think that this was probably one of the better shows we've seen in a while. And
way better than Grand Slam.
Yeah,
absolutely.
way better than way better than Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Guys.
All right. Well,
when we come back here on AEW Review, we're going to get into the news segment. So stick around.
Hey guys, what's up?
Well, it is that time. We're going to be bringing you the news from all around the wrestling world, and no other person can do that the best with Maddawg Kelly. Take it away, Matt.
Thanks, guys. Remember I've been on all shows, so I don't have to say hi again. I did that earlier. Anyway, right. So the wrestling news for the week of October. Happy October, everybody. October 2nd, 2024, 5 years anniversary of AEW. Today was huge. And when I mean today was huge, we finally got it, and it's still coming out, the whole details and the price and everything. But AEW will be on TV for a $1 million deal. It was millions of dollars, and it was also a multi-year deal as well, which we still haven't even known about. But yeah, they officially signed a multi-year deal. Media company rights deal with Warner Brothers Discovery. Variety.com was the official source. They broke it earlier in the day. I mean, they celebrate a huge anniversary show tonight, and they actually do this. So it's very, very exciting. The other huge part of that, I'm just going to sum it up here in my little notes, was later on in the next year, they're going to actually have the pay-per-views on HBO Max, or Max as they call it now, at a discounted rate for Max subscribers. So instead of you paying like $50, $60 for a pay-per-view, it's going to be for a discounted rate, they said, on Max for the pay-per-views. And then all other pay-per-views, I'm assuming the library and everything else will also be on Max. Every Dynamite, Collision, Rampage episode. Still no word on the Fox deal. I don't know. They'd still kind of, some would say it's still in the works. Some say it's not. I don't know. We'll see if Shockwave ever comes to tuition, but this deal got done. And I'm very happy for it. But yeah, Max is going to be getting a lot of AEW next year, and I'm really excited for this. And this should have happened a long time ago. They were working. Bleacher Report finally shuts down the pay-per-view thing. And now that this is happening. So how exciting for them, and good for them here. Braun Strowman has suffered an injury during the last man standing match on Monday Night Raw with Bronson Reed, with the belief of the time may be given. And it says with the belief at the time, maybe it being a torn groin. So he might be out for a while because of that. So that's also very interesting too. Hopefully he heals up, gets better. I definitely want to see Braun Strowman back as soon as they can, but looks like he's going to be out. Sources say Miro has been given no indication that AEW granted his request to be let out of his contract. I said this earlier about Miro, right? About he wants out. And the reason why he wants out is because he's not being booked right by Tony Khan. I said this earlier in the night. Some wrestlers are not just being booked. They're not even getting TV time. Miro's one of those guys. So he wants out and wants to go to WWE, where a lot of his buddies are, but he can't because he's stuck in his contract. And Tony Khan is being, a spiteful little, like I said, I don't want to say any bad names on here, but, he's being a clown, you could say, of not releasing him out of the contract. So I say just do it already. Anyway, so the next thing I have here, PW Insider, they report that there will be no taping of Raw Monday, October 14th. Instead, it will be 2 episodes of Raw on October 7th in St. Louis. This is due to WWE's European tour they're going to be going on. And there's going to be something similar to this fact due to SmackDown doing this because of Crown Jewel is in Saudi Arabia in November. So they're doing the same along the lines there. Before AEW went on the air during the Ring of Honor tapings, I don't know if they're going to show this on air or even announce this on Rampage or Ring of Honor this week. I'm not sure, but it looks like Sammy Guevara got hurt, according to Wrestling News Codes, and apparently he was about to hit a cutter out of midair and landed very awkwardly during the ROH tapings tonight. So hopefully Sammy Guevara heals up. Right now, what I've heard through X, they said that it's pretty bad. They said the injury is pretty bad, and they actually had to get medics to get him out of the ring. So that's really not Not good at all. There are a lot of injuries right now. And the last thing I've been talking about all night, all damn night, Wrestling Pursuits do say that Bobby Lashley will become All Elite and will make his debut in October, which is October. Wrestle Dreams a week from Saturday. Yeah, we're getting Bobby Lashley, and I could not be more excited. Hurt Syndicate, baby. Let's go. And I'm done.
Well, thank you, Maddawg Kelly, for that. Katie, you know what time it is for the show right now?
1:15.
It is time to talk about what we have in store for unpopular reviews all week long. Always catch the Mike Knox Show, 6 p.m. Mike will hold it down, talk about anything AEW, WWE, Ring of Honor, you name it, he's talking about it. Tuesday, 7 p.m., it's the Raw Review Show with the executive consultant and his peer of friends. Tuesday night, the Wrestling Dog will bring you with oh god, what's his name? Why am I drawing a blank? Puma is the Great Puma is with the Wrestling Dog for NXT reviews. You always check us here today, Wednesdays, for AEW Review. Tomorrow, you can catch me on the AEW Entertainment Show horror movie reviews. We're doing tomorrow's movies. We're doing Resident Evil.
Are you sure you have time for that?
I do have time for it. Tomorrow we got 2 movies to review, and tomorrow we are going to do. Make sure I'm saying this right. Resident Evil, Resident Evil Arise, and we're also doing a Nicolas Cage movie called Arcadian. So check us out for that. I've already watched one. I got one more. I'll watch it tonight or tomorrow. You can check me out tomorrow on the review show. And then on Saturday, it's the SmackDown Penitentiary with Zia Silent. He will give you the rundown of what happens on SmackDown. So there's always
favorite show of the week.
There's always something for somebody to watch. Entertainment, wrestling, you name it, we got it. Well, guys, we are an hour and 17 minutes from the show. And before we go, anybody want to say something, parting words before we go on to our slumber abode?
Peace out. I'll be on vacation for next week.
Yeah, for a week, huh?
Well, almost a week.
When are you going back?
Sunday.
Oh, that's right. Today's Wednesday. That's right.
That's fun.
Must be real rough over there in Carolina. Real rough.
I mean, it is rough, and God bless everyone who's affected by Hurricane Helen, or Helen, or whatever they're calling it.
Helene, I believe it is. Yes, Hurricane Helene. Yes.
I was out of power last week for 4 days. No water, no power. Yeah, it was rough. I can't imagine what the people in the higher country of North Carolina is dealing with. God bless them all.
Yeah, I know that feeling. That happened to me during Sandy. We were out for a week. I had to go under power lines to get to my grandpa's house for a week. So yeah, and it was really bad. So I kind of do feel you about power being out for that long. Like I said, week here with Sandy, it was bad. Roller coaster ended up in the ocean during that. So you guys go Google that.
I had a lot of people reach out to me, and I really appreciated all of the people who reached out.
I'm glad you're okay.
Well, guys, until next week, I'm Vincent LaSpada. That's Maddawg Kelly, the news guy, and Cactus Caitie. From everybody here at UPR, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys later. Peace out.
Bye, guys.